everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Growing tired of knots, tangled up in problems, and not caring enough. Now I'm on a journey to find what's right, always telling the truth.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff Escow.
Doing about time.
San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sports World Radio. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. Lots and lots to get to, really a lot to get to. So we're going to have a lot of fun today on the show. It's going to be a lot of NBA talk because it's NBA Draft Day today, so we're going to be doing a lot of NBA talk, so I hope everybody's ready for that. But before we get into all of that, let me tell you where and how you can get in touch with the show and stay in touch with the show. SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to our radio show. Also, if you want to hang out in our chat room, head on over to Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Get a free account over there. Sign up. It's free. Then type in Sports World Radio, and you can hang out in our chat room with all of us hanging out in the chat room. We are also simulcasted on Honest Answer Radio, Good and Plenty Radio, and PhillyBeerman.com. As well as also, you can like our Facebook page over at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. And also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Now, if you want to get in touch with the show today and give us your opinion on what we're talking about, and you're a Skype user, head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com and click the little red icon button on the left-hand side of the page that says Call Now. And that will direct you right to the show as a Skype user. For non-Skype users, give us a call at 619-663-3715. That's 619-663-3715. Give us a call. Give us your opinion on what's going on in the NBA draft, because that's what we're going to pretty much be talking about today. We got a really big show for you. After our break, we're going to be bringing in the guy that comes in every Tuesday and Thursday in the second hour of the show. We're bringing him in, and he's going to sit in for the whole show, and we're going to talk NBA and NBA draft and what we think's going on. And we're also bringing in our guy that comes in on Mondays. He's making a special appearance today as well. Our good friend Nicholas Spiva's coming on in as well. And, of course, our producer, Josh Lopez, is going to be on the hotline or the chat line or the Twitter line, hanging out over there, feeding us all the information on what's going on in the minute in the chat room. So it's a very, very big show today. So you got to come on over and hang out with us here at Sports World Radio. Very big show today. With all that out of the way, what do you say, hey, we bring in the freaky co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, babe?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to Sports World Radio. Welcome to the fastest 2 hours of sports talk you'll ever hear on the internet. It's 6:08 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:08 p.m. on the West. It is Thursday, June 26, 2014, and it seems to me that the Encyclopedia Man and Nick and Frank are sure giving it to me pretty good, Jeff, before you even put me on the air there, brother.
They're starting with you already, aren't they?
Yeah, getting on me about the selfies, getting on me about this and that. Yeah. Jeez. Sounds like a bunch of children.
Having a sneezing attack. Woo, when?
I could hear it.
Wow.
I could hear it there, buddy.
Wow, I was having a sneezing attack there for a second. Sorry about that, guys. So they're busting your chops. And listen, I told all these guys after the first break, we're going to bring in Nicholas. We're going to bring in Frank. Josh is going to stay in the chat room and feed us information, up-to-the-minute information on what's going on with the draft, any trades, anything like that. And with all that going on, you mentioned your selfies, so I'm going.
Okay, now I'm hearing about selfies. Oh, here
I'm
we go
going
again.
to the game Saturday night. I have my tickets. I'm going to the game Saturday night. Okay? I'm going to show you how to take a selfie the correct way, my friend. I will take one with my fedora hat on my head, right next to the Tony Gwynn statue. Boom, bang, boom. Okay, my friend? I will show you how it's done.
Yeah, you'll show me how it's done. We'll
That's
compare them, and then we'll say that mine is better than Jeff because
And you know
I
what?
know to take
I'm not
classic
even
selfie.
gonna be the judge. We're gonna let Frank. We're gonna let Frank. We're gonna let
Wow.
Nicholas, and we're gonna let Josh judge who takes a better selfie, who takes it the correct way. You and I can't judge. We're letting those three guys judge. How about that? You like that?
Oh my goodness gracious!
You like that? I'm going to show you bitches how to take a selfie. That's right. And we're going to let Nicholas, Frank, and Josh judge. So Monday, because the selfie's going to go up right away. My sister's going to post it on her Facebook account, and she's going to tag me in it. So hopefully it'll go on my page, on my Facebook page, and then you guys can see it, and then you can freaking judge. I'm telling you, man. Everybody's going to say that I take a better one than you because you show your 16,000 chins. I ain't even going to show my one freaking chin. How about them apples right there?
Oh my gosh.
With my fedora hat on my head. How about them apples right there? That's right, Frank. The battle of the selfies. Let it begin.
I have never heard the end in the 16,000 chins. I can't believe it. I don't know what's with you people when it comes to selfie this, selfie that, blah, blah, blah. It's like bitch and moan, bitch and moan, bitch and moan about the whole dang thing. When am I ever going to get any respect and slack here? I knew you were going to be laughing. I knew it. You were just waiting for me to react. Oh, my gosh.
Great. That's great. I love that. That's fantastical. That's great.
Fantabulous,
That's
right?
fantabulous. That's right. That's fantabulous. That's right, Sean. You hit it right on the head. That's fantabulous.
Fantabulous, fantastic, or
That's
whatever.
right. That's fantabulous. That's right.
The encyclopedia man sent me a story today, Jeff.
Hey, hold on one second. Hold on. Josh, no, I won't. I shaved my face yesterday. I trimmed my beard down to my face. So, no, it's not hairy and bushy no more. Go ahead, Nick. Hey, how's the weather out there?
The weather today is kind of nice and cool out today.
Kind of nice and cool out today. What does that mean? Like 50s?
I would say more in the 60s and 70s, but it's really nice out, nice and cool.
Bastard.
How's the weather for you out there, Jeff?
Hot and sunny and beautiful like always. Come on. Why should it be any different? I mean, we're not even... Listen, we're moving into the summer weather. We didn't get any rain in the rainy season when we had the rainy season. Now we're moving into summer. Forget about it, man. We ain't going to see rain until freaking next kingdom come over here. You know? It ain't going to get freaking cold here till November now. Forget about it, man. It's going to be in the freaking 70s, 80s, and 90s until freaking November now. Forget about it. It's done. It's going to be hot every freaking day.
Well, you could always enjoy going to the beach.
Nah, why? I stay in my air conditioning where it's nice and cool. Which is off right now because if I had it on, you guys would be bitching and moaning. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah.
You know, so I got to keep it off. It's starting to warm up in the studio already. That's pretty crazy. I don't like that. So on today's show, we're going to bring Frank Sprankle, Nicholas Spiver. I did that on purpose. Nicholas.
Oh, so you did.
Yeah, I did that one on purpose. Nicholas Spiver's coming in. Frank Sprankle's coming in. We're all going to talk about the NBA draft, which is happening today. And Josh Lopez, our producer man, is going to be feeding us all the up-to-date info on the board in the chat room. So if you're not hanging out in the chat room, I best you get on over. Spreaker.com. Get a free account. Come on over to Sports World Radio and hang out with us. Or give us a call, 619-663-3715. If you don't like what you hear, give us a call and tell us what you do like. Maybe we'll change it. I doubt it, but you never know. Right, Sean?
Right on, man.
Okay, so what did Josh send you?
The Encyclopedia Man sent me something that you might find very, very something you're not interested in. And that is that the USA men's soccer team and the World Cup won their game today. And they want to know what you think about it, Jeff.
U.S. did not win. They lost.
The U.S. lost, but he wants to know what your thoughts are about the World Cup. I absolutely knew that Jeff was going to have some kind of a reaction.
What, we lose Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, reaction. Yeah. All we heard you say is some kind of react.
Some kind of react, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah, this is my reaction.
But it's the United States, Jeff. Show some class.
I would rather watch paint dry. I would rather watch grass grow. I would rather sleep. I would rather do almost anything than watch soccer. Okay? I'm just telling. Do you know today? Oh, we got to run to a break, but really quick. Do you know today that on the Mike and Mike show, that son of a bitch, Mike Golick, was wearing a soccer shirt?
Well, he's trying to get into the soccer spirit.
I sent them another nasty tweet this morning. I said, you two guys, for two guys who don't watch soccer or talk about soccer all year, you are the biggest bandwagon soccer fans I've ever met in my life. And on that note, we're going to run to our first commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and now joining us, Frank Sprankle and Nicholas Spiva. That's right, I got it right this time, you jackass. Usually I get it wrong. Usually I've been calling him Nicholas Totoro lately. I don't know why.
Hey, I have a question. Will this turn into a tag team between with Nicholas and I taking on you and the Update Man?
I think it's going to be because we got the Central Time against the West Coast time in this house now, don't we?
Hey, you know what? Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Great.
Hey, by the way, thank you for allowing Nicholas and I to be a part of the Sports World Radio draft party.
Oh, we have to, man. Are you kidding me? With you two guys? Are you kidding me?
We're gonna crash it.
Oh, of course.
Hey, where's the booze?
Even
I
if
thought we were here to talk about soccer.
Hey, listen, you could take your soccer and shove it straight up you know where.
Hey, you know what? I want to ask you, Jeff. What do you think of the Spanish announcers after a tally is produced? What do you think of the goal call? You know how it's like 10 to 20 seconds of nonstop goal? What do you think about that?
I think the guy should get a new voice.
Get a new voice?
Yeah, because I don't like it. It drives me bananas. Why do I gotta sit there and listen
but he
to
gets
you
a
do
new
that?
voice. He'll still continue to say goal, goal, goal.
I think he should get a new saying. Don't they all do that?
No, it's pretty much all goal for about 10 seconds stretched out. And then they repeat it. It sounds like a goal. It sounds like a goal horn in hockey.
See, I agree with Josh. I agree with Josh. Z's, Franks. That's what I think about soccer.
Oh, and by the way, for those that are on the soccer bandwagon, do you guys know the United States of America lost today?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You kicked it right there in the bucket, right there. You used that key word, right? Bandwagon. I am not jumping on the soccer bandwagon. I don't like soccer.
Did you
It's
have
boring.
CNN on?
It doesn't freaking matter.
All right, did you have CNN on in the waning minutes after the USA? I don't know. I'm confused. Did they win or I know they lost. Okay,
They lost.
I know,
I'm not a bandwagon soccer fan. I'm not jumping into the wagon.
Did you see New
There's
York?
plenty of room.
What was that, Nicholas?
I said there's plenty of room. Come on.
I'm not going. I don't
And
like
the help they
soccer.
get,
I
they're
don't
moving
watch
on.
soccer. There's no reason for me to jump on the bandwagon.
But did you see the reactions in New York and Chicago? Masses upon masses of people.
Here's a flying fake Newton. Really, who cares? They're bandwagon fans because they don't watch soccer any other time except one time every 4 freaking years, and that's it.
Well, yeah, it's only 4 times every 4 years.
That's
Sometimes you watch the
bandwagon
World Cup.
fans.
You have
Bandwagon
soccer in the
fans.
Olympics. You have summer in the Summer Olympics. So the next time we will see international soccer competition outside of the World Cup will be 2 years in Rio de Janeiro, among all places.
I'll be watching the basketball. Bandwagon fans.
I
That's what
agree.
they are.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
All
Are these
the-
people even sports fans?
Every single American that's watching it now and going crazy and having a good time, why don't you watch soccer during the regular MLS season or any other time? Because I hate soccer. I don't like that. But you're watching it now. Oh, because U.S. is playing. Doesn't matter. It's still freaking soccer. It's the same thing. I used to tell my mom all the time. She used to make chicken almost every day. Well, I make it a different way every time. I don't care. It's still freaking chicken.
Let me ask you, one day was it fried? One day was it boiled?
Yeah,
one day
it's still
was it
freaking
roasted?
chicken.
How was it?
It doesn't matter. Guess what, Ma? It still tastes like freaking chicken. Guess what, boys? It's still freaking soccer.
Dude, your mom was in
Gump.
your mom was in the Wade
And
Boggs mentality.
I don't give a flying fig Newton. I'm telling you. Every freaking American person that is watching soccer now who normally does not watch soccer is a bandwagon fan.
Okay,
That's
well,
it.
let me ask you this. Once the U.S. loses, and eventually they're going to lose and will be eliminated from the World Cup, are people that are these bandwagoners that are hanging out in order to be seen in Grant Park, in the city of Chicago, in New York City, are they then going to say, are they going to go from saying, I love America to, man, I hate America. Now I have nothing to feel good about.
The only reason they're watching it is because USA is in it. Once USA is out, they ain't going to watch nothing. Watch.
Okay, what's there to watch?
They're not going to win. The USA is out. When it's USA is out, the only people that are going to watch the World Cup are the true soccer fans. The ratings are going to go right through the freaking toilet. Don't tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, no, I agree with you there. No one is going to watch. Listen, once the U.S. is, you think anybody's going to watch the championship game of the World Cup?
No. Everybody's going crazy because the ratings are through the roof. The
Okay, let
only
me ask
reason
you this
why the
about the
ratings
Super
are through the roof is because USA is in it. Once USA gets knocked out, the ratings are going to go through the freaking toilet.
You know what? Sean just mentioned something that he's a Patriots fan, you beastard. But let me ask you this. You take a look at the Super Bowl. How many people actually watch the Super Bowl that have no idea about who is playing until day of the game?
It doesn't matter. It's boring. Look, it's on my TV right now, and I'm changing the freaking channel.
There's hardly any goals scored.
It's boring.
You know what? If you yeah, go ahead, Sean. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, Frank. What's the point of watching us just kick a little soccer ball? Ooh, let's just kick a soccer ball and see if we can actually score a goal here. What a boring sport.
Really, it is.
Finally.
I agree. Soccer is boring. And soccer is European. You know what? I'm watching ESPN, and they actually showed the length of the goal using the metric system.
Look at this.
That is the one thing.
Crap
Dude,
off my
I had
TV.
trouble. I got a D in junior high. The metric system.
D.
And you know what my math teacher told my mom at parent-teacher conference? I hate teaching the metric system too. It's the stupid state government that's enforcing this educational policy.
Well, here's the thing with the World
We don't need
Cup.
to learn the metric system.
The National Hockey League Stanley Cup Finals is over, and the NBA Finals is over, so people say, let's go watch the World Cup because it's the next big event going on because it's throughout the whole world. And somebody is snoring because of it.
Anytime they
Just
talk
the
about
thought of soccer's making me tired.
you know something, I couldn't fall asleep last night. I put freaking soccer on. I was sleeping in 2 minutes.
Well, you had
Hey,
Craig
know what?
Ferguson.
I just realized something. Soccer is the ultimate sleeping pill.
For
that
me,
and
it is.
NASCAR, but better be careful. Double A, if he's in the house, he'll kick my butt if I say anything bad about NASCAR.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with NASCAR.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, watch the cars go around the track.
If you live in Oklahoma in the South, people think hockey's boring.
Oh,
People throw
no
hockey on the
way!
other
I
sleeve.
love
Yeah.
hockey. I'm a Bruins fan. I love it.
It's the part of the country you're from. I think hockey's boring. I can't even watch it.
Why is it so boring, Nick? It's fast, it's physical,
There's
and
no
it's very,
scoring.
very intense.
There's no scoring.
What?
They go up and down the ice.
What about
Touches.
basketball? They
What's
go up
the
and
matter with
listen,
you?
in basketball, they go up and down the court.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's scoring
they
every time almost. You have scores in the 80s and 100s. Hockey got 1-0. You know what that reminds me of? Reminds me of soccer.
Oh, for
Yeah,
crying
I knew you were going to say that.
3-2. Boring.
I knew you were going to say
I want
that.
some offense.
I want more fighting in hockey.
So maybe you should watch badminton then.
Badminton. That's
Hey,
also
I got a
boring.
good idea. How about, what about croquet?
Croquet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Croquet?
What's that sport? Croquet? I forget.
Croquet. Get the hell out of here.
That's what you play at parties in the backyard. Might as well get some lawn dart player at it.
Why don't you play, bocce ball?
How about polo?
Marco.
Marco Polo.
Marco
Okay.
Polo.
Okay, boys. So we got the draft today.
Yes.
That's right.
I was going to ask you that, too, about the draft. Listen, Jeff, I know you're a huge basketball fan.
Mm-hmm.
I know your favorite sports day, you have said, is the start of the NCAA tournament. But I want to ask you, being that you are a big basketball fan,
Mm-hmm.
obviously you got the tournament, you got the NBA, the start of the NBA season, Christmas Day, the NBA playoffs, the NBA finals. Where does this one day fit in terms of your favorites of all sports days?
Well, it's kind of on a weird day for me. And I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know how long this draft is going to last tonight. What is it, 2 hours?
I think it's 2 hours tonight. The encyclopedia man would have to know that.
I'm hoping it's only 2 hours because then that kind of works. Because it's 7:19 tonight. I have something that I must watch. And that's the Tony Gwynn celebration tonight.
The guide says it goes from 6:30 to 11.
Holy cannoli.
NBA draft.
Wow.
And of course, wait a minute. Nicholas has specified that's the Central Time Zone.
Right. So it means it starts here. It starts here at 4 o'clock. Starts at 4 o'clock Pacific time, which is 7 o'clock Eastern. 6:30 is a pre-show, and then it starts at boom. You know what I mean?
Right. I believe the first pick, or at least the Cavaliers, Adam Silver's going to come out onto the podium at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time in Brooklyn.
With the first
and
pick.
he is going to say that the Cleveland Cavaliers are on the clock.
And I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers are taking Joel Embiid now. Not with his surgery that he just had.
No, he's going to drop considerably.
You
And,
think he's
you're
gonna
talking about a
trade-
guy 7 foot, 240 pounds, obviously a tall frame,
Mm-hmm.
has 240 pounds. But you look at that 240 pound frame, I'll tell you what, muscle. You look at the muscles on this guy, my goodness. But somebody's going to pick him down the road in the first round. And who knows how good he'll be. He's going to need surgery. But like I said, who knows how good he'll be after the surgery.
I know, and the Knicks made a big trade yesterday, huh?
Yeah, Tyson Chandler departing for Dallas.
Tyson Chandler and who else there, Sean?
I can't remember because I was thinking about the selfie thing.
Oh my goodness! Dude, who coined the term selfie?
He's
I
still
want to know.
look at him. He's still stuck in the crap. I
Who
changed
coined
the
the term
subject.
And on
selfie?
that note, we have to run to a commercial break.
You're listening to Jeff Escow, Sean Man, Frank, and Nicholas on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. You guys hear the conversation that's going on when we're on hold. Everybody's yelling, it's screaming, it's freaking awesome, man. It's great.
Give you a break, Jeff? Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking great. Okay, so we got this NBA draft happening.
NBA draft.
Right, yeah, NBA draft. That's right, Sean. Yeah.
By the way, this is the Sports World Radio NBA draft party. Can we say that?
Yeah, Sports World Radio NBA draft party. Okay, so what are we gonna use for a hashtag for the show?
Wait, the hashtag?
SWR NBA draft party? Hashtag SWR NBA party? Is that what you want to use?
Oh, no, we got to put NBA. This is the NBA draft party.
That's what I'm saying. SWR NBA draft party?
That'll work.
Yeah. Absolutely.
which stands for Sports World Radio's NBA Draft Party. So
Wait. Shouldn't we add another hashtag? Come on in.
How about hashtag Frank's driving me crazy?
How about hashtag I'm trying to make sense of everything in life, Jeff?
Jeff, I was going to ask you before we get to the NBA draft. This is NBA news. You talked about it before I made my little blunder. But anyway, the Knicks made that trade last night.
Yeah.
Were you happy about it? You're the big Knicks
Let
fan.
me ask you. Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Sean. At the end of the season, right? What did I say about Raymond Felton?
That the Knicks need to get rid of him and trade him.
And that Jackson will get rid of him, right?
And they have.
Yeah, they trade. I kind of find it ironic that they traded Chandler back to Dallas. Right?
It was a little bit weird. And Frank, I want to ask you and Nick your guys' thoughts about this trade last night.
I'm happy about it. I'm happy that Felton's gone. I'm not too happy that Chandler's gone, but I'm happy that Felton's gone.
Well, maybe it is a relief for Tyson Chandler because I tell you what, who knows just how this team is going to be structured without Carmelo Anthony. And I think Tyson Chandler, maybe he's starting to come to the realization, you know what, Carmelo Anthony, he's opting out, not happy in New York, it appears. I think for Tyson Chandler, this is a huge sigh of relief for him to be out of New York.
Hey, I said this yesterday or on Tuesday. I said that I don't think Phil Jackson really wants Carmelo Anthony.
I think what Phil Jackson wants to do, and in my opinion, he's kind of saying, I'm the guy who's in charge of this team now, and I'm kind of shuffling it. I'm trying to reshuffle it, and I'm trying to rebuild this team into a championship caliber team. He's probably thinking, look, we haven't won the NBA Finals since 1973, so we need to figure out ways to make this team strong again. And if they get rid of Melo, Phil Jackson would say, that's fine. I can start looking at other pieces to the Knicks.
Well, see,
Jeff.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the potential trades? It's a rumor, but Harden or Carmelo Anthony signed and trade with the Knicks from Houston. That's the latest rumor going around anyway, is that the Houston may get rid of James Harden for Carmelo Anthony.
Dude, so the Knicks would sign Carmelo and then trade him to Houston for James Harden.
Oh,
that's
sign
one
and
of the
trade
rumors.
deal.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Sign
the
and
latest
trade.
rumor anyway.
Well, that means Harden would be the point guard, right? Because that's what Harden is, correct?
Point guard, shooting guard, yeah.
Well, see,
I think you can use him either way.
Well,
he's more of a. I think he's more of a shooting
guard.
I don't know.
Correct. No, you're right. He is more of a shooting guard because I like Jose Calderon as the point guard for the Knicks. I think Jose Calderon can run the triangle offense for the Knicks.
You know, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this draft, and it's interesting to point out that, yes, you do have some pretty good talent emerging in this draft class, but let's also stem the fact here that part of the draft storylines has to do with the free agent market. You factor in the talent of this draft in addition to what is available on the free agent market, Melo, LeBron, Kevin Love, the list goes on here. Are we looking at this one draft here tonight as shaping the NBA for the rest of this decade?
It could very well be.
I think that's what I'm thinking. I've been thinking about
this
this
is a
all
good
day.
draft. I mean, this is a
thought
good
about it at
draft.
breakfast this morning. This draft, I believe, is going to potentially shake up the foundation of the NBA for the next 5 years, maybe even a little longer than that, maybe 7, 8 years.
Could be.
I think it's going to be one of the biggest in a long time. You hit it right there, Frank. I think we're going to start seeing not just the being drafted out of college, but we're going to probably see, I see tonight, maybe 3 or 4 big trades tonight. And I do know that the Encyclopedia Man said that with LeBron James, sorry for bringing him up there, Encyclopedia Man, but you sent this to me.
That's important.
With him being the big name,
everybody's going after him.
He could be the huge factor for the NBA draft. He could impact it big time.
Well, there's really only 4 teams that can get LeBron James. 4 teams. Okay? Really?
Now, hold on. When you say these 4 teams, is this including Miami or outside of Miami?
Including
because we would have to look at Miami first here.
Including Miami.
Okay, including Miami.
Including
so there are 4
Miami.
teams including Miami. Go ahead.
Miami, Chicago, and the 2 LA teams, and that's it. And that's
Interesting
it.
that you mentioned the 2 LA teams, and we talked about this a couple days ago, guys, about the Clippers possibly being a destination. We know he has a friendship with Chris Paul, but the question is with the Lakers, you look at Kobe Bryant, he's only got what, or at least he's going to try to play maximum 2 seasons, accomplish 20 years with one team. I can go more on Kobe in a little bit, but could LeBron maybe want to try to play with Kobe and try to help rebuild the great prominence of the Lakers?
Well,
I'm just using that as an example.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but the Lakers are going to go after Kobe. Lakers are going to go after LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony.
We don't know, though, about Kobe
you.
Bryant's status. Hold on. We know about Kobe Bryant. He's been injury-prone the last few years. How do we not know that Kobe Bryant is going to try to come into training camp in this fall, and maybe he won't be up to par? Maybe he'll come to the realization, look, I can't play at the level I used to. Physically, I can't do it anymore. I'm just going to retire now.
No, he's not
that's
gonna.
a possibility.
No. That won't happen.
I'd say, Jeff and Frank and Nick, that the biggest objective for the Lakers first is they need to find a head coach. They need to find somebody who can coach that team. They have nobody available. They're the only team that has not found themselves another coach. So I'd say get themselves a coach then try to go after the big targets. And what I'm getting at there is look at James, look at Anthony, look at Love. And here's the thing about the coaching situation. I'm sure it would have to be approved by Kobe Bryant. It didn't work well because here's what I'm getting at. When Phil Jackson was there during the Shaq Kobe era, he left, and then Rudy Tomjanovich came in there. He left because he was battling cancer. Then they brought in Frank Hamlin. He was the assistant coach under Jackson. Then Jackson came back, and finally Jackson and Kobe worked out their differences.
Okay, really, really quick, I want to go back to this Knicks trade.
Sure.
And one of the reasons why I think they also made the trade is because now they got 2 picks in this year's draft, before where they didn't have any. Now they got a 34 and a 51st. So now they got 2 picks where they didn't have any picks in this draft.
Plus, they got some promising young stars, too.
Yeah,
I mean, good players.
Yeah, I mean, they picked up Jose Calderon. He's 6'3", okay, and he's only 32. Okay.
I'm not going to say 32 is young. I think that's the direction the Knicks want to go. It is a young direction.
Well, hey, they picked up Wayne Ellington. How old is Ellington?
He's a young guy. I think he just was a rookie like last year, the year before, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm looking at.
Yeah, let me look this up.
Right
I know he's young.
Yeah, Ellington's 6'4", 200 pounds. Okay, he's young. Yeah, he was 28. He was 28th pick in the 2009 draft. Ellington. Okay, and then they got Shane Larkin. He's 5'11". He's the rookie. Shane Larkin is the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Right now, the Knicks really Phil Jackson has the biggest project in his career.
Well, yeah, and then they got Damper, and they can always get rid of Damper. I'm not worried about him. You know, they're not going to go big. You know that. They're going to go what fits into the triangle offense, and that's what's going to happen. That's why I don't think Phil Jackson cares whether Carmelo stays or goes.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, we're not looking for next year. We're not looking for the year after. We're looking for the long haul down the road, 3, 4, 5 years from now. You know
I
mean?
think it's around 2018. That's my guess in terms of this overall project for Phil Jackson with this Knicks team. My guess is be a contender around 2018.
And I can tell you one thing. With what Phil Jackson's going to do is he's going to build that team up. Jeff, with you being the big Knicks fan and how big they were in the 90s, everybody watch out in the upcoming years because it'll start feeling like the 1990s again with the Knicks.
Right. Josh says the best coaches available right now are Woodson, Hollins, and Del Negro, and I don't think any of them are going to end up to be the Lakers coach.
Kobe Bryant would not approve of that with those 3 coaches, candidates, to be with the Lakers. None of them are good. Woodson, not very good. Del Negro, not very good. And Hollins, maybe, they even tried looking at Calipari, but I'll tell you, it was smart that John Calipari decided to stay. I know. Frank, you and I talked about that one time on Skype. Calipari going to the Lakers would be an absolute joke. I'm glad
It's like
stayed.
mixing acids and bases.
Yeah.
Byron Scott is still out there, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the Laker way.
Uh-huh.
He's got connections, Byron Scott does.
Byron Scott's still out there.
I'm sure he knows the Bus children very well.
I don't think they're going to bring in a no-name coach. They got to bring somebody who knows what the heck they're doing.
Well,
Byron
here's the
Scott.
thing, too.
Byron
goes back
Scott's
to Kobe
not
Bryant.
a free.
As
Hey,
long
dude.
as Kobe Bryant is a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, they're going to bring in a coach to satisfy Kobe Bryant. It's his team.
Hey,
Frank,
Josh, hold on a second, guys. Josh, what year are you looking at? Byron Scott is not a freaking player. He's a coach.
Yeah, Byron Scott played 25 years ago.
Yeah. What the hell he's talking about?
Byron Scott was a part of those World Championship teams in 87 and 88 with the Lakers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he played with the LA Lakers. He played with the Indiana Pacers.
There he goes.
Showtime.
He goes, oh, my bad. That's right. Wrong guy.
That's all right. Wait, that's okay. Listen, Encyclopedia, we all make blunders.
Hey, dude, don't mess with me with basketball. You're talking to the
Frank,
wrong guy.
Frank, I was going to ask you, though, how many years do you think Kobe Bryant has left before we go to this update?
That I don't know. Here's what I do believe. I believe he wants to try to play 2 years to get to 20 years with the Lakers, but that's all going to depend. Like I said, that's all going to depend on his physical ability. How will he feel in training camp physically? How will he feel in the early part of the season? I really think the first month of the regular season is going to be crucial in terms of Kobe Bryant, because if he doesn't feel physically up to it, I think he's just going to call it a career then.
Okay, Josh goes, I was thinking of Byron Russell. Calm your panties down. Well, Byron Russell's not even playing.
What?
Byron Russell doesn't even play now anyway. What the hell are you talking about?
He's still in the front row from the Michael Jordan push.
That's pretty funny. Okay, we're going to get to our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by shirtshopper.net. For all your shirts, novelty shirts, any kind of T-shirt you want, head on over to shirtshopper.net. I know for a fact that they just put up all their NFL shirts. They got some killer NFL T-shirts. Each team is up there. So whatever team you're a fan of, head on over to shirtshopper.net and click on the sport. Or go over to the sports tab and click on the NFL. And all the teams there, just click on your team, and your team shirts are there. Sean, I noticed the other day that they have a killer T-shirt. It's a New England Patriots tie-dye T-shirt.
Oh.
You got to go and check it out. Shirtshopper.net. It's really freaking cool. I also noticed, Wes, if you're listening, they got a Pittsburgh Steeler tie-dye T-shirt over there for you. You got to go check it out. It's really cool. Shirtshopper.net. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, Frank, and Nick. Welcome to the first of two updates. We are 47 minutes past the hour, Thursday, June 26, 2014. We're going to start in the NBA, actually start in Major League Baseball. In the American League, we got one game in progress right now. The Angels, the red-hot Angels, by the way. They lead the Minnesota Twins by a score of 6-1. All they need is one more out, and they will move to 44-33. Not very much action for the American League, but here are the two games. The White Sox at the Blue Jays, and the Tigers taking on the Rangers. A final from today, the Astros take the game 6-1 over the Braves this afternoon. In the National League, it'll be the Marlins at the Phillies, Mets at the Pirates, Nationals at Cubs, Rockies at Brewers, Cardinals at Dodgers, and the Reds taking on the Giants. In the NBA, of course, the Dallas Mavericks have gotten Tyson Chandler from the New York Knicks. And the Knicks, of course, made the deal with Mark Cuban and the Mavericks. Tonight, of course, is the NBA draft. And by the way, that draft starts in 12 minutes. The first team that'll have the first pick in the NBA draft, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 2, it'll be the Milwaukee Bucks. Number 3, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers. 4 will be the Magic. 5 will be the Jazz. 6, the Celtics. 7, the Lakers. 8, the Kings. Bobcats are number 9. and the Philadelphia 76ers have number 10. So you expect to see a lot of moves and possible trades tonight for the NBA. It could be a huge night for the history of the NBA. In the NFL, of course, the Hernandez double murder trial is set for May 15th of next year. In other news in the NFL, how about this? The NFL has decided to remove $675 million cap. And that's a story I'll bring up after our commercial break and our update is over. And by the way, this update was brought to you by shirtshopper.net, and we will be right back.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio, boys and girls, the NBA show, where we're going to be talking mostly NBA stuff because of the draft. Today, we got Frank Sprankle, Nicholas Spiva, and of course, Sean Mann sitting in with us for the show today. Glad everybody could be with us. Okay, Sean, you said something to me during the commercial break that Jeff was going to go crazy. What?
I just figured, we give the NBA just a little bit of a break. This is an NFL story. The NFL is to remove $675 million cap. And how about this? It says that the NFL agreed Wednesday to remove, of course, the $675 million cap on damages from thousands of concussion-related claims after a federal judge questioned whether there would be enough money to cover as many as 20,000 retired players.
Yeah, they're just going to add more money to it.
Frank, your thoughts?
This is all turning into a mess here. But, that's amazing. We haven't heard much about any concussion cases as of late. But this is just going to continue to become a mess here. The only look, I admire the NFL. I admire for what they have done in terms of eliminating the helmet-to-helmet hits. I do admire the protocol when it comes to concussions. But let's understand this: playing the game of football isn't going to be 100% safe.
No, it's not.
That's the point. Concussions are going to happen. Injuries are going to happen. The NFL needs to give the game back to the defense here.
Nick,
at least give him some things back, because now the defense ain't got no shot.
I would be afraid to play defense.
How
Seriously.
about this one?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Frank, I'm sorry. More than 4,500 former players have filed suit, some accusing the league of fraud for its handling of concussions. They include former Dallas Cowboys running back Tony Dorsett and Super Bowl winning Chicago Bears quarterback Jim McMahon, who suffered from dementia. The original settlement included, $675 million for compensatory claims for players with neurological symptoms, $75 million for baseline testing, and $10 million for medical research and education. What do you guys think of this?
Well, I think they need to do something to take care of the older players, because they don't get they don't have the money, and I think some of these guys are just doing it for the money.
Correct.
Yeah.
And some of them probably do have legitimate concerns, and they need to take care of those. But a lot of these guys spent their money, and they're going to just try to get away to get money back from the NFL. I agree that some people need to get. Some people have a lot of problems. I mean, look at Earl Campbell; he's got a lot of problems. But you know what? It's not basketball. These guys are contact sports. You know what's going to happen. Nobody's forcing these guys to play football. And now I've even read stories this past couple months that even current guys still hide concussions because they want to play. So and they say everything's okay. There's some things you can't tell, but for the most part, even if they knew this stuff back then, these guys wouldn't sit out. Are you kidding me? They don't sit out. They play with broken hands. You tell me they're going to sit out with a concussion back in the 70s and 80s?
Nicholas is making a couple good points here. The main point that he is making is the fact that you do have players, and this is really a big problem today, but you have players that don't know how to manage their money. Granted, they were making millions then. It's more millions now. But they don't know how to control their finances. They are immature. If you look at some of the players from about a generation ago, they are completely broke.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That's their fault.
That's their fault. Exactly right.
You know what? All right, listen, all right, you can be young, you can be immature. But if you are young and immature, then I got two words for you, and those words are get help. Get help. Get help financially. Go to mom and dad. Ask them questions. Go to a financial planner. Get help.
A revised settlement agreement filed in federal court in Philadelphia also eliminates a provision that barred anyone who gets concussion damages from the NFL from suing the NCAA or other amateur football leagues.
You know what? Here's a great example. You got all these guys being drafted today, correct?
Oh, you have a lot of guys. And understand, these are guys that their lives are going to change because they're going to make millions upon millions of dollars. Go ahead.
Right, and they don't know how to deal with it yet, do they?
They're young and stupid.
They're going to need help, aren't they?
Okay, but let me ask you this. But hold on. And you know what? Nicholas and I talked about this a while back. You have to be, in terms of an athlete, wherever you are at the college level, if you are a stud, or in the early going actually throughout your professional career, you have to be careful with the people you surround yourself.
Correct.
Because I guarantee you, if you take 100 people, 90 of those people aren't really your friends.
Correct.
They just want to gain something off of you. They want to gain the attachment of fame, and they want to gain the attachment of finance.
Correct. 100% agree with you on that. 100% agree.
That's another thing too. If you are let's say you're a college football or a college basketball player, an All-American, a stud, high draft pick, in the case of college football, Heisman Trophy candidate, then you know what? Forget about the finance here for a moment. Just be careful with the people in your inner circle.
Correct. I 100% agree with you.
I'll give you a
Here's
perfect
another
example.
go ahead, Nick.
Tyron Smith, the tackle for the Cowboys, offensive tackle. Last year, he had to call the cops on his parents because they would not leave his house. He gave him money when he signed his contract, his rookie contract, and they spent it all, and they kept counting him. His family, his mom and dad, and I don't know how many sisters and brothers and stuff were on his doorstep constantly wanting more money. He finally had to call the cops on his own parents because they wouldn't leave.
See, that's crazy, man.
And they kept bugging him for money. He gave him, I don't know how much money he gave him, but he gave him tons of money, gave his family money, and they kept showing up and trying to get money from him.
See,
that's his own parents.
That is a tragedy.
That's ridiculous.
You know
Frank,
what?
you were
I would
saying-
not want anything to do with my parents. Seriously. You're an adult. You don't have to have a relationship with your parents as an adult.
Right. That's ridiculous, man.
In January, they said the U.S. District Judge Anita Brody had denied preliminary approval of the deal because she worried the money could run out sooner than expected. The settlement is designed to last at least 65 years and cover retired players who develop Lou Gehrig's disease, dementia, or other neurological problems believed to be caused by concussions suffered during their pro careers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're worried about the money situation, too. It could run out sooner than expected.
And it's going to. You know it's going to.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this, too,
going
about student athletes, those that are studs. Where for the most part, well, maybe even for the most part, where do these student athletes tend to originate from in terms of their origins?
I don't know. Where, buddy?
For the most part, origins in which they did not have a lot of money. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for athletics, they wouldn't even be in college in the first place.
Yeah, most of these people, I mean, excluding a couple of them, come from bad neighborhoods and
inner city
right?
backgrounds.
Inner city backgrounds, correct.
They don't know how they don't know how to deal with the fame. They don't know how to deal with the spotlight. It's almost as if they are thrown into it.
They are thrown into it, and they're learning as they go. I mean, there's no training for this. You got to learn as you go, right? And on that note, we're going to run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, Frank Sprankle, and Nicholas Spivo. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble at speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. You know what? Sometimes the conversations on when we're on hold and the commercials are going, I think it's better than the show sometimes, guys. Frank Sprankle, Nicholas Spiva, Sean Mann, Jeff Escal, Sports World Radio here doing our NBA draft show. The NBA draft just kind of went on the air on ESPN, so we're looking forward to getting that going. Can't wait for that to start. I got it on my TV right now. I've had ESPN on since we started the freaking show.
It's on my tablet.
So
I've been thinking about this all day with the NBA draft show.
Oh no.
Who do you expect to be the winners of the draft tonight, and who do you expect to be the losers of the NBA draft?
I got to tell you, in terms of that question, there's only one way to figure that out. We got to find out after a season, I think.
Yeah, I think it's too early to tell right away.
Yeah, you can't tell.
I don't like to answer. That's a great question, Sean, but that's a question that we really can't answer. We can only speculate.
I know. That's always a good question to ask. Who's
a great
going to be the winner and who's going to be the loser?
You really don't know until like 4 or 5 years down the road.
But here's the thing. We can actually look at potential winners and losers on who the teams are going to pick. I don't think we can actually make that speculation because the draft hasn't even begun yet.
Yeah, sometimes teams go from worst to first with all these draft picks, but sometimes drafts can be bust.
Hey, let me ask you a question before we get further into this NBA draft and stuff like that really quick. The MLB had their draft, and the San Diego Padres picked Johnny Manziel for second base. How crazy is that?
That was surprising.
Whoa,
yeah.
Golf publicity.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now I know why Josh Burns got fired. You know about the GM?
Yeah, I know.
That's why. Dude, if you draft Johnny Manziel, you deserve to be fired. Seriously.
It's awful, but it's like the Rangers drafting Russell Wilson in that Rule 5 draft. They're selling his T-shirts, they're selling his jerseys, and all that good stuff. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, you can get a custom
you want to know
made.
something?
I can go online, and I'm a Chicago Cubs fan. I can go get a Chicago Cubs custom-made jersey with my name and number on the back, and I already have one.
Of course you can. Anybody can. But you want to know something? Johnny Manziel would be better off playing baseball than he would football.
Hey, you just got drafted by the Harlem Globetrotters, too.
Drafted by the Harlem Globetrotters.
Hey, will Johnny Manziel be taken in tonight's draft?
No. That would be pretty funny.
That would be hilarious. Hey, let's see. Who could use Johnny Manziel's services?
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Play with both teams.
Yeah.
Hey, could you imagine the Mavericks selecting Manziel? How about Manziel playing for Mark Cuban?
No way. Come on. There's no way he's getting picked in this draft. No way, no how, no nothing.
What I do know is that the Cavaliers, when they hired that new coach that they got, Dan Gilbert has been so serious about making sure that Cleveland isn't rebuilding for a long time. He says he's tired. He's tired of having the Cavs be the rebuilding team ever since LeBron James took his talents to South Beach.
Too late. You're tired. You don't want to be rebuilding for a long time. You have been rebuilding for a long time. Too late.
Maybe move out of Cleveland. Maybe that's a problem.
Yeah.
Live in Cleveland.
Exactly. It's Cleveland, you jackass.
Well, remember, too, Frank, when Dan Gilbert said he guaranteed that the Cavaliers were going to win a title before James did. Well,
okay, all right. You know what? I did write a message that night. 2 years ago, when the Heat won their first title, I'm sorry, Nicholas, I got to bring this up, but after defeating the Thunder in Game 5, you know what I did mention? Why could disgruntled Cleveland Cavalier fans sue Dan Gilbert on a broken promise?
They were upset more with the fact that LeBron won. They weren't taking it out on Gilbert. They didn't like
Gilbert promised that they were going to win a title before LeBron.
Yeah, that's right. That was in 2010 when he said that. He goes, I guarantee you we're going to win the title before James does.
Oh, he
I'll
just had
never
his heart
forget-
broken. He'll be okay. He let his emotions get the better of him.
He's okay.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, you know
No, I'll
what?
never forget.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I'll never forget the time when James came back to Cleveland and the Cleveland fans said, we've been betrayed.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Cavalier fans are being kind of hypocritical
So
here?
why
Because you mentioned LeBron's first return to Cleveland after the decision.
So why would LeBron want to go
lately,
back for
this
that
last
shit?
year, LeBron has been cheered since coming in Cleveland as a member of the Miami Heat. Whenever the Heat traveled to Cleveland over the last year, LeBron has been cheered.
Because they think that they can get him, and he's not going back there. Get the hell out of here.
Well, hey, why are you cheering now? Shouldn't you have been cheering 4 years ago
Exactly.
when LeBron made his return initially?
Exactly, you bunch of freaking
That's my point.
Well, you got to remember this, too. I saw this as a list of teams that James could go to, and Cleveland actually was on the list.
Well, there's only 4 teams, and Cleveland's on that list. Chicago, Cleveland, and the 2 LA teams, and that's it.
Yep.
I don't see him going back to Cleveland.
All right,
Oh,
so
they would
eliminate
go
Cleveland.
berserk
Why don't
and
you see him
nuts
going
and
back to
happy in
Cleveland?
Why?
Because Cleveland fans will say, oh, we got James back. We're going to win championships.
You're not going to win crap.
By the way, guys, I just want to make a point here. We're under 20 minutes away from the Cleveland Cavaliers making their first selection.
They ain't gonna
Less
win
than 20
crap.
minutes.
They ain't going to win crap. They're probably going to pick Wiggins.
Yeah, I think so.
And you believe that kid's 19 years old, man?
It's pretty good.
19 years old. He's going to see. This is what I don't like. I think he's a freshman. I don't think you should be able to go into the NBA until your junior year.
Well, let's take a look. Wiggins is a freshman. What about Parker?
Freshman.
Exactly.
Embiid, freshman.
Embiid, a freshman. You got it. I mean, how about Aaron Golden here?
How about Noah Vonleh, freshman?
Wait a minute. You know what? You look at most of these guys, they're not underclassmen.
What are you talking about? Freshman,
They're
freshman?
underclassmen. They're underclassmen. My apologies.
Yeah, freshman,
Doug-
freshman.
Doug McDermott's the only senior that's projected to go in the top 10.
Correct. He's projected to go to the Hornets, right?
Yeah, that's what I have.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Number 9. Look, Aaron Gordon, freshman. Okay, Zach Levine, freshman.
Okay, what should be the limit?
I say you should play your freshman in your junior year, and you can go in your sophomore year.
What, like NFL, 3 years removed from high school?
Well, see, right now it's one and done, but they're
Yeah.
thinking about making it 2 years. So I minimum of 2 years is fine to be playing in college ball.
I think 3 years.
Personally, I think you should stay for all 4 years because that's.
Bingo, yes.
I mean, you don't listen.
Doesn't that ruin college
Any of
basketball,
these guys that come out that don't get drafted in the first round, say, hardly ever have an NBA career. Yes, there are few and far between that do
Isn't
it.
Rashard Lewis one of them?
Rashard Lewis is one of them. It doesn't happen often, does it?
No, second round, you're not guaranteed anything.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Here.
Danny Green's another one. He got drafted second round.
Here, Jeremiah Grant, KJ McDaniels, Spencer Dinwiddie, Russ Smith, Patrick
Mitch McGary's
Young.
a big one. He's a sophomore. He came out. He's projected to go to the second round.
All these guys I'm saying are all projected to be picked in the second round. DeAndre Daniels, Deontay Burton. Do you think any of these guys are going to make it? Pfft, hell no.
Well, that money ain't going to be there.
It's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed neither. The only thing that's guaranteed is the first round, right?
Well, look at the NFL, 7 rounds.
But you got more players in the NFL. I mean, you got, 53 players to make a team? Well, you have 12?
Yeah. Here you have 13.
But in reality, you look at
12,
the 5th,
13,
6th, and
right.
7th rounds, how many of those draft picks are expected to even make the 53?
Well, then then also after the draft, you have undrafted players that get invited.
And that's a long shot for them as well. Even a longer shot as opposed to those that were drafted in the later rounds.
Correct.
If I could real quickly go back to Tyson Chandler, here's what he said.
God.
We've talked about this. He goes, absolutely, I am thrilled about being a Dallas Maverick. He goes, I would like to recruit and have Carmelo Anthony join us in Dallas and play with me and Dirk Nowitzki.
It's not going to happen. Carmelo and or LeBron James are not going to Dallas. And if they think that they have a chance at it, they're smoking some really good dope, because that's what they are, dopes.
Frank, Jeff, your opinion? Frank, what's your opinion on this? Do you see Melo in a Dallas uniform?
Melo in a Dallas uniform? Does he want to play for a team that's on AARP?
It's not going to happen.
That's my point. They're an older team. He wants to go to a team that's a contender now. Let me ask you, are the Dallas Mavericks a contending team heading into 2014-15?
I still think they probably are. Remember, they only took San Antonio to 7 games, so I say Mark Cuban doesn't want to have to deal with rebuilding. He wants to see the Mavericks get in the playoffs.
Not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
If he wants to go to a contending team in the West, then maybe look at going to the Clippers or going to the Thunder or even going to go to San Antonio.
Houston's a big possibility, too. He's going to go to Houston.
Oh, come on. You people are crazy. I don't know. What are you people freaking drinking?
That's just the rumor.
This is a draft party, isn't it?
He's making his rounds to Houston, Dallas.
He can make all the rounds he wants. He's going to 4 teams, and that's it.
No, I'm talking Carmelo.
Wait, who are we talking about, LeBron or Carmelo?
Carmelo's going to 4 teams, and that's it.
And on that note, we got to run to commercial break.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's the same thing for freaking Carmelo. Sports World Radio. We'll be right back.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Frank Sprankle, Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, Nicholas Spiva with you doing our NBA draft show here. Draft has not yet actually officially started. It's on ESPN, but it hasn't officially started. Frank, what do we got, about 10 more minutes to go?
Actually, we're coming up on 11 and a half minutes now.
11 and a half minutes now. Okay. Before they make their first pick, Cleveland, do you think they make a pick or do you think they trade it, Frank?
I think they make a pick, but the question is then, what do you pick here? There's obviously two names, and they're both forwards that stand out. Do you go with Andrew Wiggins or do you go with Jabari Parker? You look at Parker, you have more flexibility with him as opposed to Wiggins, considering that Parker can play both the small and the power, whereas opposed to Wiggins, he is only a small forward.
Correct. Now, do they make this pick according to, boy, that's a great motorcycle going down the street. According to,
probably wants to get home to watch the NBA draft.
Yeah, I don't blame him. According to them thinking that they're going to get LeBron as well?
I honestly think that has got to be in the heads of the Cleveland Cavaliers front office right now. They got to be anticipating a quality draft pick that can be suitable for LeBron James. So, yes, I do think there's got to be at least some consideration, maybe not great consideration, but a little bit of consideration in terms of reacquiring LeBron James and having him play with either Wiggins, Parker, or Kyrie Irving, or who knows what else in terms of this first-round draft pick.
It's going to be interesting what they do. And then who said that Philadelphia or somebody else was thinking about trading their picks? Who was that?
Yeah, that was a rumor that they were going to try to move up, but that's been squashed now. They're not going to be able to move up.
Rumor.
Well, they got number 3 and number 10, correct, Philadelphia?
Yeah, number 3 and number 10, the first round.
Plus, they have like 3 second-round picks. Actually, they have 5 second-round. They have 7 draft picks.
That's amazing. 3.
I don't know what they're going to do with all of them.
But I still don't think Philadelphia is a serious
6,
contender in the
7. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm
Yeah,
looking
they have
at
the
all
3rd,
60
the 10th,
picks.
The
Yeah.
32nd, 39th,
a 50,
47th,
a
52nd, and 54th.
54th, yeah.
Holy crap.
Holy freaking
smokes.
Toledo, man. They're going to have a brand new freaking team.
They could.
Who's the
Here's the
coach of that
question.
team?
Is Philadelphia a serious contender in the
No.
Eastern Conference? I
Not
would
when
say
you not when you're going to have 7 rookies on the team.
How bad were they land? How bad were they last year?
Bad. Didn't they go on a 26-game losing streak?
Wait, didn't we think in around January or February that they would have the number 1 draft pick, or at least have the best odds of winning the lottery?
Yes, did they?
They didn't
get
even win a
the
game
first
the
pick.
second half of the season, did they? Like the 2014, did they even win a game?
I don't
went
know.
on that long losing streak, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the
They
26
ended the
game
season,
losing
not
streak.
even winning a game for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And that
Did they keep their did they keep their coach or did they fire him?
I don't remember.
Josh, do me a favor, find out if that same coach is there, please.
I would like to say that they retained their head coach.
I think they did. Yeah, we went on a 26-game losing streak. We didn't win 1 game in 3 months, but we're going to keep our head coach. Meanwhile, freaking teams like Golden State got rid of freaking Mark Jackson because they couldn't get past unbelievable, right? How different is that? Golden State fires Mark Jackson because they couldn't get past the Clippers, but this guy loses 26 games in a row, don't win a game for 3 months, and they keep him. What the heck?
Well, here's the theme, too. If you're talking about Brett Brown here, he's only a first-year head coach.
Yeah, I know. But how crazy is that? They talk about 2 different worlds, right?
Yeah.
Well, Philadelphia last year, you go back to them, they went 19-63. If they would have gone 9-73, that would have tied their record. I think it was from like 92-93. Frank, you remember that when Philadelphia had that long losing streak back in the early 90s?
So Brett Brown.
I vaguely remember it because I remember 92-93 being the era of the Chicago Bulls in which they were heading toward their 3rd NBA title. But that sounds about right.
So Brett Brown is still the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers. And Mark Jackson.
Who do they have, though? Did they trade a bunch of their players away?
Yeah, and Mark Jackson is sitting at home doing nothing.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Exactly.
How does that work in the NBA? You tell me.
For Philadelphia, going back real quickly, their losing streak started on January 31st of this year and went all the way to March 29th. So they had, yes, the 26-game losing streak, Jeff.
26-game losing.
And they never won a game in the month of February. Never.
Really? Never. Never won a game in the month of February. It's Sean that's doing the echo.
By the way, what is it with tuxedos and the draft? Because I'm looking at Julius Randle out of Kentucky, the SEC Freshman of the Year, and he is decked out in a silver tux jacket with a midnight black bow tie.
Those guys don't know how to take selfies either. What the hell is that?
Oh, my goodness. They're taking selfies of who coined the I'm tired of this word selfie. Who coined it?
I don't know. We should
I
change.
don't know.
We should change the name from Selfie to Shawnee.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
wasn't the
leave me
original
out of
selfie a
it.
Polaroid picture?
Yes, exactly right, man. See, you and I are old enough to know that.
I had a Polaroid camera.
I still have a Polaroid camera.
I do too.
Sean's like, "What's a Polaroid camera?"
Oh, shush it.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture, man. You remember that? You take the picture comes out, and you got to stand there and you shake the picture till it dries, and then all of a sudden, poof, there's a picture on it.
That was actually given to me as a birthday present back in '91 when I turned 10.
Hey, here's a story real quickly, and I know it's focusing on NBA. The NFL has decided to hire 13 new officials for the 2014 season.
I want to see the NBA do that.
Yeah, maybe the NBA will hear the NFL, right, Jeff? Like Joey Crawford.
Yeah, I want to see the NBA hire some new officials and get rid of some dead weight.
Right, because we were talking about that last week.
Yeah, I know. What'd you say, Nicholas?
I think the NBA's got some of the worst officials.
Yeah, I do.
You know what? Nicholas just came up with a great topic. Which league has the worst officials?
The NBA.
The NFL is hiring new officials. The NBA needs to do the same.
I go with
what
the
was
NBA.
The thing about the Oklahoma City game? You guys remember that? I think it was Joey Crawford was freaking out on the Kevin Durant shooting free throws.
Nicholas, don't get Jeff started on Joey Crawford.
Fucking Joey Crawford, that rat.
Wasn't he the
bastard.
one that stopped Kevin Durant for like a minute?
He freaked out with the free throws.
Yes. He doesn't need to.
Something on the clock was wrong.
He does not need to be an NBA referee no more. He's too freaking old. He's fat. He can't run up and down the court. I can guarantee you that anybody can throw the ball faster than Joey Crawford can run. Fat bastard.
Didn't he give Tim Duncan a technical for laughing?
Yes.
Wait a minute. That's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Exactly right. He should not be an NBA referee no more. How old is that fat bastard?
A technical for laughing?
How old is Joey Crawford? 60?
Yeah, he's like in his 60s.
Should not be ref no more. You know something? This is the only profession. The only profession that should age
62.
discriminate
Come on,
against.
62.
The only profession that should be age discriminated against. If you are older than 55, you can't referee.
I have a question. Is Joey Crawford the original Mr. Clean?
He's one of the original NBA referees.
Oh, by the way, he'll be 63 in August.
It's crazy, man.
August 30th, he is going to be 63 years old.
He
Joey
can't
Crawford.
run. He can't run no more. If you can't run, you can't freaking be a referee because you got to be able to run up and down the court.
What happens if we had Joey Crawford on the show? What would be the first question you guys would ask him?
Why?
But I would not interview him. I would allow exclusively Jeff to interview him.
First question I would ask him, Mr. Crawford, because he does deserve the respect, even though I call him a fat bastard. Mr. Crawford, how come you are not in shape as an NBA referee?
Hey, Round's in shape.
Say, what do you mean? I'm in shape. I do my best to work out every night.
Well, it does. I hate that. Then you know what, Mr. Crawford? Eat less, because it doesn't show. Because your stomach. When was the last time you saw your penis?
What?
TMI. I don't need to know.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't
He's
know
so
that.
fat
That
he
came
can't
out
even
of left
see.
field, Jeff. I didn't expect you to mention that.
You're so fat. When was the last time you see your little willy whacker? When was the last time you were able to bend over and tie your own shoes?
Nick says EMI.
Okay? Unbelievable. The guy can't run no more. He should not be an NBA referee.
Maybe they give a hovercraft.
At least Roger Goodell did something to improve the NFL officiating.
Now you're
At
talking.
least we don't have replacement officials like we did a few years ago.
I like Nicholas's idea. Get rid of all referees and just have hovercrafts.
Wait a minute.
Just get him a hovercraft.
Shouldn't we be submitting these NBA officials to a more grinding physical?
Yes.
Because then Joey Crawford wouldn't be able to pass the physical.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say, man.
That's why you get him a hovercraft.
No, you got to be physically.
Take you where you want to go.
Well, if Adam's still...
You need to be physically to be an NBA referee,
Okay,
an NHL referee.
Why doesn't Joey Crawford go to TNT or NBA TV? Because look, ESPN, they started having Steve Javy, so why not?
Because he's making too much money. Because
for Joey Crawford, that's a retirement job.
Because he's making too much money as an NBA referee. That's why.
Oh, I'm sure he could still make a lot with NBA TV and TNT.
Well, that way he can't fix the games. He's an announcer.
I can't stand Joey Crawford. He should not be an NBA referee no more.
Well,
Let me ask
Frank,
this to Joey
Frank,
Crawford.
I was going to say, at least we don't have replacement officials, because what did you think of all the replacement officials a few years ago for the NFL? They were making
hold on,
bad.
I bet you some
Before
of
I answer
those.
that question, I want to say this, Jeff. Could Joey Crawford officiate an 8-year game?
Yes.
Okay, because obviously it's not as quick up and down.
Correct.
A bunch of 8 boys
Correct.
down the court.
You ever see Joey Crawford run?
I've seen him run. He's slow.
He's not only slow, but it looks like he's freaking. His feet are like a road runner. They're moving so fast, but he's not going nowhere.
All right, Sean, you did ask me a question about what I thought of the replacement officials.
And well,
I'll say this.
okay, hold on,
These are
Frank.
officials that did their best. Go ahead.
Go on, Frank.
Hold on. We got to run to our final update, and we'll go to commercial. And on the other side of this update, we'll get your answer. Okay, Frank?
Good deal.
All right, let's go to our final update of the day. This update is brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com. For all your Keurig products, head on over to Keurig.coffeemachines.com. You need a coffee machine? You need some coffee? Looking for some tea? Head on over to KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. Brewing perfection, one cup at a time. That's KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the second update and final update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, everybody. Welcome to the final update for Sports World Radio. In the NFL has decided to hire 13 new officials for the 2014 season. There's a little bit more to this story that we can talk a little bit about, even though tonight is our NBA draft show. By the way, Jeff, Ed Hockley has hired, the NFL has hired Ed Hockley's son to be the NFL official.
Great. There's another freaking hockey league person we don't need.
The NFL also promoted 3 veterans to referee. First-year official Brad Allen joined the NFL as a referee from the Atlantic Coast Conference. So this is big news for the NFL. Also, the NFL has tried to nix the concussion damages cap, which was $675 million. The NBA tonight, of course, is the NBA draft. Cleveland picked number 1 tonight, and we are still waiting who they will be picking. Tyson Chandler is going to the place where he won an NBA championship in 2011. That would be the Dallas Mavericks. He says he is excited to be a Maverick. Now he says he wants to try to do what he can to get Carmelo Anthony to the Dallas Mavericks. In Major League Baseball, here are the games we got going on right now. We're going to start in the National League. The Marlins and the Phillies tied 0. It's Pirates 0. Nationals, the Cubs. Rockies and Brewers. Cardinals and Dodgers. Reds at Giants. 2 finals today for Major League Baseball. Interleague play of the Astros over the Braves by a score of 6-1. The Angels were able to hold off a Minnesota Twins rally. They take the game 6-4. 2 other games in Major League Baseball. The White Sox, the Blue Jays. Right now the Blue Jays lead 2-0, top second. Tigers at the Rangers. We are going to be right back after this commercial break. And this final update was brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Frank, I'm telling you right now, if that happens, guys, you're missing a great discussion when we're on hold. We're talking about Ed Hockey League, and Frank says if he refs the game in freaking Glendale this year, he's due to ref a game. I'm going to kill you, Frank, because I know the Giants are going to make the Super Bowl this year. I'm going to kill you.
Wait a minute.
And then he'll screw the Giants on a call.
So wait, is it every Super Bowl that is going to be played in Glendale, you're going to pick the Giants?
No, I pick the Giants to win every year. What, are you kidding me?
Are you like
Dude,
Chris
you
Berman
picked the
picking the
Giants?
Bills?
Don't you? Let me ask you, as a Chicago Bears fan, don't you pick the Bears to win every year?
No, I don't, as a matter of fact.
Then you're not a true
Absolutely
fan.
not.
Then you're not a true fan.
I didn't pick
I picked the
I got to be a
Patriots to win every year.
realist.
I start off every year with the New York Giants winning the Super Bowl, don't I, Sean?
Yes, I've been doing it with him for
I'm
6 years.
hoping that the Chicago Bears make it to a Super Bowl.
And then I work,
But
backwards.
every year I don't pick them. As a matter of fact, I'll be honest, I didn't pick them in 2010, and they got to the NFC Championship game. They lost to the Packers, but I didn't pick them that year.
Frank, I got a question. Your opinion about the NFL replacement officials. What did you think of those?
Look, I'm going to say this. These officials who have worked small colleges, and obviously they had a lot of commitments going on at the time, leaving their other jobs. And that, if you look at officials, they do have other jobs. It is not just these NFL officials. They do have other jobs. But I'll say this, the speed of the game's quick on field level. I think they did their very best. They just blew a big call in which the Green Bay Packers should have won that game. Instead, the Seattle Seahawks won it.
Oh.
But I'll say this, the officials, they did their best under those circumstances. If anything, it was the league's fault that these officials, I'm talking about the real NFL officials, that they did not get back sooner. It ain't the replacement. Yeah, exactly. You got to blame Goodell. Blame the league.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blame the replacement officials, because you're going to get what you get if you don't settle this.
Okay, so we got the NBA draft on. It's starting. Cleveland is on the clock. They got 55 seconds before they make their first pick.
Okay, Frank,
how about that?
No, Sean, no more. We're going right back to the draft now. Stop.
All right, NBA draft.
How about Jalen Rose's rose on his jacket? You see that thing?
Yeah, I know.
Like a whole rose bush.
I know.
That's the biggest rose I've ever seen.
It's crazy, man.
I'm going red, man. I'm going blind just looking at red. I don't know. I like red. I'm just kidding. Red's a nice color.
Does Cleveland take Wiggins?
I think so.
Or do they go Jabari Parker?
I'm going to go with Wiggins.
It's one of the two, correct?
Okay, I'm going to go with Wiggins. I am going to go with Andrew Wiggins.
I have to say something about Andrew Wiggins really quick. And Sean was here when it was said. Our hockey guru, Ron Gallo, the hockey guru of Sports World Radio, before the college basketball season even started, he told us to watch a gentleman by the name of Andrew Wiggins. And the reason he told us is because the guy was coming from Canada and Ron knows him. Told us all about Andrew Wiggins before the basketball season started, and now he's projected to be the number one pick. How crazy is that, boys and girls?
That's pretty. I heard about him. I didn't know how good he was going to be, but he's an unbelievable player.
I think anybody that watches Big 12 basketball knows Andrew Wiggins. He probably wasn't known throughout the country until the later part of his season.
Dude, hey, is Jalen Rose getting married? He's got the freaking flower the size of his head on his freaking chest.
I have a question. Is it Valentine's Day?
Is June 26th? Holy cow!
June 26th Valentine's Day.
He must be. I don't know, but he must be smelling some nice smells coming from that rose. How big it is! Jeez, Louise, man.
Is that even real? Maybe it's a fake.
It got to be fake.
It may be a fake, dude. It may be a fake.
You know what? He can't afford the real thing. It's got to be fake. You're right.
It's probably fake.
I think it is, man, because he can't afford the real. I like having Jay Billis there.
By the way, where's Adam Silver? He's in hiding. The pick is in.
Well, no, he's got to get the pick. They're handing him the pick.
Hold on, can I say something? This is historic because this is Adam Silver's
first
time he's announcing the number one draft pick in NBA history.
Number one draft pick, right. He's always done the second round.
Yeah, David Stern has done it.
Right. What do you think of his progress so far as NBA commissioner?
I think he's done a fantabulous job.
Donald Sterling, enough said.
I think he's done a fantabulous job with everything that's come down on his watch.
I'll tell you what, just listening to him speak, I like his enthusiasm.
I think it's going to be interesting. You know what? I used to like Bill Simmons. I don't like him no more. I'm in the same.
You see his tantrum through the other day?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you there, Nick.
I was a big fan of his. He loved his writing.
Okay, here comes your man, Adam Silver. He's making the pick right now. I can't hear it because I have it on mute. But I hope they put the name up there so
you'll be able to see it at the bottom. Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Andrew Wiggins.
No surprise there.
No surprise.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Andrew Wiggins.
So, how about that, Andrew? Look at that freaking. Look, what the hell is that?
What is
that?
It looks like spider webs, doesn't it?
It's probably flowers, right?
That's what I was thinking.
That jacket looks like spider webs.
It's a black jacket that looks like somebody drew flowers on it in white.
It looks
Jalen
like
Rose must have some girl that he's going to marry.
He's got a gold lapel on his a gold flower on his lapel. But he's got like a tuxedo on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's got a bow tie. You know what? Take the hat off, dude. You don't look good with the hat on. Take the hat off.
Look good with the hat on.
Hey, what do you think Andrew Wiggins is thinking about right now? Okay, I'm going to Cleveland. Let's see. I'm going to be playing in the city of Johnny Manziel. Hey, does LeBron James maybe come and join me?
You know what he's thinking right now?
What's he thinking?
He's thinking, what's the conversion to Canadian to American money right now? That's what he's thinking.
By the way, just looking at Adam Silver shaking the hand of Andrew Wiggins, you look at David Stern in years past, it looked like that you could have some of these draft picks pick up David Stern and just throw him off the stage.
David Stern looked like a midget compared to most of these draft picks, right?
That's my point.
Yeah. It looked like a midget. Adam Silver's he's got to be taller than David Stern, right?
Could you imagine a 7'2" center coming out of a Big 12 school? Let's use Kansas.
Well, you remember when Yao Ming got picked?
Oh yeah, okay. All right, let's use Yao Ming. Could you imagine all of a sudden, here's Yao Ming shaking the commissioner's hand, and then all of a sudden Yao Ming picks up David Stern and throws him off the podium.
Or even when Shaq got picked, right? He was there. David Stern was the commissioner when Shaq came into the league.
Yeah, look at David Stern compared to Shaq in terms of
That's funny. Silver here don't look.
Silver's
small.
pretty tall.
Yeah, let's say it this way: he doesn't look like David Stern standing next to these guys, right?
No.
Not
the
at
next
all.
team that's going to be going for
Milwaukee
the pick
Bucks.
is Milwaukee Bucks, and everybody, the Bucks had a really, really bad year. What do we expect from the Bucks there, Frank?
They're going to take a freaking point guard. They need a point guard.
All right, then if you take a look at guys that are available in terms of point guard, how
Jabari
about Dante
Parker.
Exum, possibly coming out of the Australian Institute of Sport? He's an international player. He's almost 19 years old.
Why wouldn't you take Jabari Parker?
Well, hold on. If you're talking about a point guard, you're looking at a power forward. You're looking at a forward with Parker.
Parker's a forward. Oh, that's right. Parker's a forward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're talking about possible point guards. But if you want to go with a forward, obviously Jabari Parker is a no-brainer.
No, right. No, but I like Dante Exum, point guard, shooting guard. He's 18 years old. Hello.
Actually, he's almost 19. I believe he'll be 19 come the time the season
come on,
begins.
that's young, man.
That's very young.
Guy can't even drink legally.
The Bucks had a disastrous
That's
season.
why none of these guys. That's why none of these guys should be allowed in the freaking league, man. You shouldn't be allowed in the league until you're 21. Honestly, come on.
The Bucks had a disastrous season. They went 15-67. They went 4-12 in their division, and just a disastrous season. So, Frank, do we seriously think the Bucks can turn it around and be a tough team for 2014-2015?
When was the last time the Bucks were a pretty solid team? Seriously.
That was when they had Ray Allen and Glenn Robinson, and even when George Karl was there. And before we go to break, that was when they lost the Eastern Conference Finals in 2001 against Allen Iverson and the 76ers.
But outside of that, they really haven't had many seasons in which they've been successful. Yeah, they had Allen. They had Glenn Robinson, the Mad Dog, who, by the way, his son, Glenn Robinson III, is actually in the draft. He's actually projected as a low first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
But you think of Milwaukee, they have not had a lot of basketball success. I think that it's still a work in progress.
Well, they did have a really good point guard, but they let him go to Detroit, which was stupid. We'll get back into more. We'll get back into more. We'll get back into more of that after we come back from our break. You're listening to the gang here on Sports World Radio. We'll be right back.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
My mother made the best toffee in the world. It's delicious. So now we've turned her toffee into a business. My goal was to take an idea and make it happen. I'm Janet Long, and I formed my toffee company through LegalZoom. I never really thought I would make money doing what I love.
We created LegalZoom to help people start their business and launch their dreams. Go to LegalZoom.com today and make your business dream a reality. At LegalZoom.com, we put the law on your side.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Frank Sprankle, Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, Nicholas Spiva, all joining us today, doing an NBA draft show here at Sports World Radio, the final segment of our 2-hour show. Remember, we do the show each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
Figure
5
that
p.m.
out for yourself.
5 p.m. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. 5 p.m.
I knew Frank was going to do that. That's why I said it. I knew Frank was going to do it. Frank,
Hey, what about the Mountain Time Zone?
Well, screw the Mountain Time Zone. Why, Frank? Frank, every time I say that and you're on the call with us and you're on the air, you always ask us about the Mountain Time Zone. What is with you in the Mountain Time Zone?
Dude, the mountains are beautiful. I have been in the Rockies.
Do you got a hard-on for the Mountain Time Zone or what?
Dude, fresh air, beautiful scenery, people are fit and thin like me. Absolutely.
How about the Arizona time zone?
And they're well educated. Oh, yeah, that's right. There is an Arizona time zone.
Screw them too. All I really care about is the East, the West, and sometimes the Central. The rest of them go screw themselves. What about the people in Hawaii? Their time zone. They're 3 hours.
Oh.
They're 3 hours behind me.
Yeah, it's 1:49 there.
Yeah.
The island state.
So you know what? If I was living in Hawaii right now, according to
You'd be on the beach.
According to what time I woke up today, I still be sleeping.
Wait a minute, you wouldn't be watching this draft?
No, I still be sleeping because I didn't wake up till 2:00 this afternoon, my time. How about that? I didn't get out of my bed till 2:00 this afternoon, boys and girls.
2:00.
My time.
That's 12
Wait, is
o'clock.
there such a thing as Jeff Escow time?
That's my time. 2:00 San Diego time, which means 5:00 Eastern. I didn't get out of bed.
Dude, whatever. All right, so there's time, and then there's Jeff Escow time.
Well, you got to remember, Jeff Escow was up till 5:00 in the morning, 6:00 in the morning doing things. I didn't go to bed till like 5:00, so I didn't fall asleep till around 6. So I only got, what, 8 hours?
7 hours? 8 hours?
Yeah, that's all.
Nick, here's our next pick that we have is Philadelphia. What do you think of the 76ers? Who do you think they should go after?
Man, I don't know.
Well, did we
all the mock
announce-
drafts I have seen recently have them go after Joel Embiid.
Did
But
we
I
announce
don't know.
the
That's going to be a
second
risky pick.
Did we
They
announce-
need all the help they can get.
Well,
we-
Philadelphia, we talked about, Jeff, they've got so many picks in this NBA draft, and like we said, they're not going to be good with all the new rookies.
Well, let
they're
me
going
ask
to
you a
draft.
question. Do they take Joel Embiid?
I think
possible.
they do. They have a
Yeah.
good point guard at Michael Carter Williams.
I mean,
That's
they
about all
need-
they have.
they
And
need-
Nerlens Noel. Center.
need a
We'll see
big
how good
guy,
he's gonna
right?
be.
They need
But
a-
how do they? Are they really going to take another pick that's injured?
They need
Nerlens
a big
Noel
guy,
didn't
though.
play last year.
I know. I'm
When
with
would
you,
Joel
bro.
Embiid? Okay, let me ask you this: when would Joel Embiid be eligible?
3 to 6 months.
All right,
Yeah.
when would he be? So he would return in 3 to 6 months. Here's the thing: if you are looking long term, maybe you do go in that direction.
Well,
Or do you take the
what
guy
is
from
what is
Indiana?
What does Philadelphia really need? Everything, right?
Well, they got
need
a point
everything
guard.
to be a contending team because it's been such a long time since they were a really competitive basketball team. You got to go back to you got to go back to like the Allen Iverson days. Even though I'm not an Allen Iverson
They
fan,
need a shooter on that team, don't they?
they need
A
something.
shooting guard. Yeah, they have the great
They
point
need
guard,
everything.
Michael Carter
I think
Williams.
How about
I think they need all the help they can get.
How about Doug McDermott?
He wouldn't be a bad pick. He
Yeah,
can shoot.
averaging 26.7 points a game.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got a good idea. Why doesn't Philadelphia just trade their first-round draft picks over the next 3 seasons for Carmelo Anthony?
Because Carmelo Anthony wouldn't be caught dead in a 76ers uniform.
I could not picture him, Frank, in Philadelphia for
kidding
Melo.
me?
I don't think he would
They need
enjoy
all the
it.
help they can get.
Yeah,
Well, they could
they're
trade down.
rebuilding.
Why not?
Carmelo
because who
Anthony.
knows how long Philadelphia will be competitive again. Remember, this team has not won a championship
And they're not
since
going to.
1983, back when Dr. J was playing.
And I hate to tell you something. They're not going to win one in the next 5 years either.
No.
I hate to tell you that.
I think Double A would probably agree with that.
It's the way it is.
It's been a long time.
It doesn't matter what they do.
The pick is in
In
for the
the draft.
76ers. This should be interesting.
It doesn't matter what they do in this draft because the next 5 years they ain't going to do anything.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Your team went on a 26-game losing streak, didn't win a game for 3 months, and you kept the head coach.
Now, that was
Wow.
nuts. I was surprised that they didn't even let him go after the 26-game losing streak.
All right,
They
but here's
could have
another
fired
thing.
him in February because they didn't even win a game. Oh, sorry,
And
Frank.
here's another thing, too. No. Yeah, sorry. Just a little traffic here between the 4 of us today, which is great. 4 of us. By the way, I've enjoyed these last
is
2 hours.
great,
It's gone by quick having the 4 of us.
Fantastic.
But here's the thing, too. Who would want to coach the 76ers?
And do you blame the coach if he doesn't have any players?
That's a good thing to ask, Frank, because Philadelphia has had major transitioning for the coaches. They had Larry Brown. He took Philadelphia to the NBA Finals in 2000.
Yeah, remember him and Allen Iverson, the conflict?
Then they
76ers,
Jim
Sean,
O'Brien.
hold on. The 76ers picked Joel Embiid.
Wow.
They took Joel Embiid. He's sitting at home in a shirt and tie. Look how excited he is.
Of course he's going to make millions.
Look how excited he is.
Let me understand this about Joel Embiid. People are going to realize that, okay, it's great to be Joel Embiid, hurt, recuperating, because you're making millions, and look at the people that got to go to work tomorrow at a job they don't want to go to.
Well, I was just saying, Frank, it's been the transitioning for coaches. Larry Brown, like I said, he took Philadelphia to the NBA Finals in 2001, and that was a big turnaround. He finally got them there for the first time in 18 years. Then they let him go, and it seems like it's just been one coach after another. They had Jim O'Brien, and Jim O'Brien was not a good coach for that team. The players didn't like Jim O'Brien. Then they had Maurice Cheeks, and Allen Iverson, I remember, said, I have my main man. I've got Maurice Cheeks there. He's going to turn this team around. That didn't happen. So I don't know who could coach the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay,
let me ask you this question. Let's go back to the 03-04 season. Do you want to take a guess as far as how many coaches have been at the helm of the 76ers, head coaches?
Probably like 3 or 4 that they've had.
No, 8.
Oh, yeah, 8? Okay.
I was
coaches,
including Brett Brown. 8 guys
have
many. Been the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay, so do you blame all of that on the owners or the GM?
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
Because
How many
obviously,
GMs have they had
ownership.
that time
But
period?
what about ownership?
Because obviously it's not the coach's fault or the player's fault because they can't find the right combination. So is it the GM's fault or is it the owner's fault for not getting rid of the GM and getting the right GM in there?
I'd say it's the general manager, Jeff, and I believe his name is Billy King. I think he's still the general manager of the team. I think.
So in other words, they need to do something, right? It's time for the owner to figure something out, maybe go in a different direction, huh?
Yeah, because it's been a long 31 years for the Philadelphia 76ers since they won an NBA championship. And, Jeff, you remember that. That's when they had Dr. J.
Right. You want to know something?
The Philadelphia and Bobby Jones.
The Philadelphia 76ers are becoming the old L.A. Clippers of the East.
Yeah.
It's a good comparison.
You know what I'm saying?
That's an excellent comparison. I agree.
Thank you
and the
very
last
much.
time they made the playoffs, of course, was 2012, but then they lost in 7 games. But they've been a team that's had to keep rebuilding, and it's been like up and down for the Philadelphia 76ers.
It's crazy, huh?
It's been nuts. It just shows you that Philadelphia hasn't been a city of winners.
And I remember when Allen Iverson came to Philadelphia, people were elated when he came. He was like big news, but then he didn't want to play for Larry Brown.
Practice?
Yep, I remember that.
That started. You know what? That started the downfall right there.
You know what? Whenever I hear that word practice, I can't help but thinking of Allen Iverson. As a matter of fact, when it comes to practice, the word in the dictionary, there should be a picture of Allen Iverson next to it.
I can't stand Allen Iverson. I really can't because
Did you see his retirements? He had his number retired this past year. Did you see his speech at his retirement number ceremony at halftime?
No, I didn't see it.
You ought to check it out. Allen Iverson could not be any more illiterate than what he sounded like.
Yeah, with Iverson, it's you're right, Jeff. It was like after that, after the practice comment and his relationship with Larry Brown, you are so right, man, because that's what put the Philadelphia 76ers at rock bottom.
He was quick.
Okay, so according to my mock draft that's in front of me, Orlando's got the 4th pick, and they're going to take Dante Exum from Australian Institute of Sport. That's a good pick.
It is a good pick, because the Magic are trying to get back into contention too. And remember, you talk about Philadelphia going downhill. The Magic, Frank, in my opinion, they've kind of been the team that's gone downhill since 2009 when they lost the finals. Then Dwight Howard decided to leave, and Stan Van Gundy was let go as coach. So the Magic are kind of in the transitioning too.
By the way, I'm listening to Joel Embiid on ESPN, and he sounds just like Dikembe Mutombo.
Does he?
Exact. Just listen. He kind of sounds, in my opinion, like Dikembe Mutombo.
Look at the comparison him to Greg Oden. Oh, my God. Wouldn't that be crazy if he had the same career as Greg Oden? Oh, jeez. Don't do that to him. Don't jinx the poor kid.
Dude, this will set the 76ers back more than 10 years.
Don't jinx the poor kid. Please.
Oh, no. Look at what ESPN's doing.
Yes, they're jinxing the poor kid, aren't they?
What do you all think of the Orlando Magic? Jeff, Nick, Frank, what's your guys' thoughts about their team for next year?
I
don't think they're very good, are they? I don't
think they're very good either. And they're in the same division as Miami, and if Miami brings everybody back, you're in trouble.
Well, if Miami brings everybody back, everybody in that division's in trouble.
The whole East is in trouble.
The Magic
they just traded Aaron to follow.
Yeah, I know.
The Magic went 23-59. They went 4-12 in their division in the Southeast. Nice. So Magic, yeah, they're like Philadelphia. Just
they picked Aaron Gordon.
And trying to forget about Dwight Howard.
Okay, hold on, Sean. Magic picked Aaron Gordon. Point forward from Arizona.
He was on 10th on my list. The Philadelphia
Gordon?
76ers. So I guess they liked it, but that's a big jump for him.
I had him number 5, so he only jumped up 1 for me on my mock draft. On the mock draft I'm looking at was done by DraftExpress.com. I'm looking at that one there, and then I also have the Pro Basketball Talk one in front of me, and he was projected to go. Wow, so he's on. Wow, really? Where is he? Aaron Gordon was. Pro Basketball Talk had him projected going 13th.
Wow.
And Draft Express had him going 5th. So he only went up 1 on the Draft Express, but he went up a bunch on the Pro Basketball Talk. Pro Basketball Talk got the first 3 right, and they missed the 4th one.
Well, I think with Wiggins and Parker, it was pretty much a no-brainer on both.
Uh-huh. I mean, Pro Basketball Talk for Orlando, they had Noah Valai. And that didn't happen. Now, Pro Basketball Talk for Utah's got Dante Exum. And Jazz was supposed to pick Aaron Gordon, so maybe the Jazz will take Dante Exum now. I like Aaron Gordon. I think he's a good ball player.
I didn't see much of him. He's in the Pac.
He's out of here in the West. I got a lot. I watched him a lot. They played San Diego State twice. I got to see him play. You know what I mean? So I got a lot. I watched them a lot. So
number 5 is the Utah Jazz. And what do you guys think of the Jazz and their pick?
They don't really get much exposure to Utah Jazz.
Yeah, that'd be a great team for Carmelo and LeBron to go to.
Yeah.
It's a one-market team.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Jesus Louise, every other team is going for him. Why not Utah as well?
If that
Utah has Trey Burke, great point guard, so I don't know if they'll go after a point guard.
Jeff, I know how you are about ifs, but if that happened and Anthony and James went there, Utah fans would be saying, oh, this is the biggest thing since the John Stockton and Karl Malone days. That's exactly
if Carmelo and LeBron go to Utah, there's never ever going to be another Sports World Radio show. I'm just putting it out there, okay?
Because the Jazz haven't been big since the 90s, since some of those great Jazz teams from the 90s. And Frank, I know perfectly well that the Bulls had to take 6 games in both series against the Jazz.
Yeah, Brian Russ is still in the front row.
They defeated them twice. Yeah, don't forget they defeated them twice, 97 and, of course, 98. Michael Jordan capping off the last image. Let's forget about the Washington Wizards years. I mean, those years, they didn't even make the playoffs. But that was truly the last image of Michael Jordan.
Hey, everybody. We're in a little bonus time with Sports World Radio and the guys here. We're going to go a little over our 2 hours today just because the NBA draft is on. And we'll probably go for another 20 minutes, and then we'll get the flock out of here. We're just going to give you some extra time today. How about them apples?
Cool.
Got so many guys on here talking. We got to make sure everybody gets their due. You know what I'm saying?
Do what? Due process?
Due process, yeah. You do. Yeah.
I think, going back for the Jazz. If you look at that team, I think not just since Malone and Stockton left, I really think since Jerry Sloan was fired and let go as Jazz coach, I really think that's what brought the Jazz downhill from there. Look at what they were last year, 25-57. I don't think the expectations are going to be very good for them even next year.
What we're gonna do, guys, when the Los Angeles Lakers make their pick, we're gonna get the flock out of here.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because I want to see if they trade it, or I want to see if they actually make their pick.
Well, the Lakers are at a turning point because if you look at the two teams in Los Angeles, the Clippers are the dominant team. We didn't even see the Lakers in the postseason this year. Kobe is aging. This is really vital for the future of the Los Angeles Lakers, and this is a future that's not going to entail Kobe Bryant. I mean, you got to look at it long term here. Kobe Bryant is not going to be part of this team 3 years from now.
Yeah, because you're right, Frank, because the Lakers, with the way things are going with that team, Kobe's realizing I've only probably got a few years left. Look at him. He's 35 years old.
That's
I'm saying
why
3 or 4 years.
That's why he wants LeBron and Carmelo to come there so he can pass the torch to them.
Or maybe try to win another title or two as long as he's got a little bit of time left.
And he's got some help now. Yes, exactly right.
And he
Plus, he's coming back from a difficult injury. That's a tough injury to come back from.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why he wants to get Carmelo there and LeBron there so he doesn't have to work so hard.
And the thing with the Lakers is they have to realize if they want to be competitive, they got to start overcoming a lot of challengers in that Western Conference. You got San Antonio that just won their 5th NBA title. You've got an Oklahoma City team, Nick, that has done incredible with Scotty Brooks as coach of that team. Dallas is still a tough team. So it's like the West is still more competitive than the Eastern Conference.
Hey, you know something? For a brand new freaking stadium, the Barclays Center is getting an awful lot of play this year, aren't they?
You do know the Islanders are moving there, not this season, but next season.
Yes, but they're getting an awful lot of play, aren't they? I mean, everything is happening in the Barclays Center. What the hell's going on?
I want to say this. Can't the NBA draft move from city to city?
No, I like the
NFL draft in New York because you have in Radio City Music Hall.
Well, that's
have
where,
it in one permanent place or move it from city to city.
That's where normally the NBA draft is also at Radio City Music Hall or Madison Square Garden. This year it's at Barclays. Everything's at the Barclays Center this year. What the hell's going on here?
It was at the Barclays Center last year.
What, they make a freaking deal with everybody to put everything at the Barclays Center when they build this freaking thing?
Maybe Brooklyn was saying, we made the playoffs, so let's have the NBA draft here because we brought the popularity to the city of New York.
Utah making its pick, and they picked Dante Exum from Australia.
That's a strange pick because they just drafted Trey Burke last year. It was a great point guard.
Trey Burke's a point guard, right? And so is
and
Dante.
also have Alec Burks as well.
Right, and so is Dante Exum. So maybe they're maybe they picked him for somebody else.
Could be.
You know?
Or they could be trading one of those other guys.
Yeah, or they could be trading one of those other guys. So that's a good point there, Nicholas. But because they already have 2 other good point guards, right?
Yeah, that's just crazy. He's got to be traded sometime, I would think.
So, yeah, maybe they're going to trade him. Maybe they picked him for somebody else, and then they'll swap the trades, swap the picks.
So you're looking at trade bait here with
Could
Exum.
very well. Well, no, they could be in talks with another team saying, listen, we want this guy, let's make a trade. You take this guy, we'll take the guy you want, and we'll swap. Could very well be.
That's got to happen.
Right?
Because you can't have 3 point guards on the same team.
Wait, that's my point. They draft Trey Burke last year. I thought they had their point guard when they drafted Burke.
Well, Trey Burke is probably going to be their point guard, and then they got another guy, and now they just got this guy. So maybe they're going to figure out which guy's going to back up Trey Burke, and then they'll trade the other guy.
Yeah, Alec Burks is the other guy who's 22. Trey Burks is 21.
You don't take a first-round draft pick for depth on the bench. You don't.
No, you either take him that he's going to play, or you're taking him for another team. One of those 2 things, correct?
That's how I see. I think they're going to trade this pick.
Yeah, I think so too. Hey, maybe it's with the Knicks. Yeah. You know?
They're going to sign and trade for Carmelo.
So, yeah, there you go. There's your Utah trade. Sign and trade for Carmelo. I guess this will be the last Sports World Radio show then. If that happens. Because there ain't no way that's going to happen.
Number 6. for the NBA draft.
His dad played.
Okay,
Hold on.
In fact, we're just going to devote this time for you, Sean.
His dad played on the 1982 North Carolina basketball team with Michael Jordan, Cecil Exum.
That's crazy.
How crazy is that? Huh? Yeah, Dante Exum's dad played on the 1982 North Carolina championship basketball team with Michael Jordan and James Worthy. That's pretty cool.
I did not know that.
Frank.
That's a good deal.
What were you?
Thanks, Frank.
What were you going to say, Sean?
You're welcome.
He was saying that we're going to dedicate this time to you, Sean, because the Celtics are number 6.
Screw you, Celtics.
I heard they may take Marcus Smart.
Yeah, that's what you know what? ProBasketball.com has them taking that Marcus Smart, and so does DraftExpress.com.
Do they need a point guard, or do they need somebody that maybe is a big,
Well, if they take
bigger size?
If they take a point guard, Rajon Rondo is going to be traded.
Well, I've been hearing rumors today. I came home from work, and they said something that Rajon Rondo could possibly be traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. There was a little rumor about that today, and I was a little bit surprised, but I can understand with Rondo's attitude. Maybe he's saying, you know what, I've had a great run here. Maybe I need to hit the road and go play for another team.
They're interviewing Cecil Exum, Dante's father, right now on ESPN.
In college.
Nick and Frank, I was going to ask you both your guys' thoughts. If Rondo gets traded and he leaves Boston and he maybe goes to the LA Lakers, what's your thoughts?
Rajon Rondo to the Los Angeles Lakers?
Do they have enough to trade for him, though?
I think.
But how old's Rondo?
I think Sean would have a heart attack because now he's got to get rid of all. Oh, well. That's okay. We're going to get the flock out of here anyway. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. We went a little long. We're going to get out of here. And I want to thank everybody. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. For Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, Frank Sprankle, Nicholas Spiva, this has been Sports World Radio.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty soon? How long is that?
In a little while, man.
Goodbye, folks. Goodbye, folks.